Greetings, Guardians. This is Olympus Alliance, and today we're returning to one of the most terrifying and underestimated heroes in the Chaos faction. A hero that many players ignore at first, until they face her in battle and suddenly realize something important. The longer the fight lasts, the stronger she becomes. Yes, Guardians, today we are talking about Lilith, the demonic mage who thrives in chaos, grows stronger through sacrifice, and becomes harder and harder to eliminate the longer she remains on the battlefield. Lilith is not your typical glass cannon mage hiding safely behind a tank. She is something much more dangerous. She is a mage who feeds on the battle itself, growing in power, increasing her health, and turning every second of combat into an advantage. And that makes her one of the most fascinating scaling heroes in Dominion. But here's the key question every Guardian eventually asks: how do you build Lilith efficiently without wasting precious resources? What upgrades actually matter, and what can wait? Today we're going to answer exactly that by walking through the maximum priorities for Lilith, focusing on the upgrades that truly unlock her potential. Let's begin by understanding how Lilith actually works. Lilith is a strength-based mage from the Chaos faction, positioned on the back line but capable of absorbing far more punishment than most mages in the game. While many backline heroes collapse under pressure, Lilith is built to grow stronger under fire. Her abilities revolve around magic attack scaling, health growth, and sustained battlefield presence. 3 of her skills scale directly with magic attack, while one of them scales from her health pool. Even her basic attack deals physical damage, though the real danger begins once her abilities start activating. Her first skill places a seal on the central enemy. After a short delay, that seal explodes, dealing damage to the target and nearby enemies. But the explosion is only half the story. Each enemy hit by the blast increases Lilith's maximum and current health permanently by 3%. And the more chaos allies she has on the battlefield, the stronger this effect becomes. So every explosion doesn't just damage the enemy team, it also makes Lilith larger, stronger, and harder to kill. In longer fights, this scaling can become incredibly difficult for opponents to handle. Her second skill unleashes Lilith's demonic fury. For 10 seconds she enters a rampage state, attacking twice with each basic attack. These attacks target the central enemy, but also deal area of effect magic damage. This ability is especially dangerous because it allows Lilith to bypass traditional frontline protection. Even if tanks try to shield the backline, Lilith's fury attacks can reach deeper into the enemy formation and strike vulnerable heroes hiding behind the front line. Glass cannons that rely on positioning suddenly find themselves under heavy pressure. Her third ability brings even more destructive power. Lilith breathes fire onto the central enemy, reducing the magic defense of the target and nearby enemies for 8 seconds. This debuff is extremely valuable because it increases the magic damage those enemies receive from all sources. In other words, Lilith doesn't just deal damage herself, she also opens the door for the entire team's magic damage to hit harder. Then we reach the mechanic that truly defines Lilith's design. Her passive ability allows her to sacrifice a portion of her own health whenever she uses a skill, as long as her current health remains above 25%. Each sacrifice converts that lost health into additional magic attack for 10 seconds. So Lilith literally burns her own life force to increase her damage output. And because her earlier abilities are constantly increasing her health pool during battle, this sacrifice mechanic becomes even more powerful over time. The result is a hero who scales both offensively and defensively as the fight progresses. Now that we understand how Lilith functions, the next step is learning how to build her efficiently. Let's begin with artifacts. Lilith's most important artifact is her Manuscript of the Void, the book artifact. This should always be your first priority because it increases 3 key stats: magic penetration, magic attack, and the effectiveness of multiple abilities. Magic penetration is especially important for Lilith because it allows her damage to bypass enemy magic defense more effectively. Combined with the magic defense reduction from her third skill, this creates a powerful synergy that allows her spells to hit much harder. Once the book artifact is developed, the next priority should be her Ring of Strength. The ring increases her strength attribute, which boosts both survivability and overall stat scaling. If your resources are limited, upgrading the book and ring is already enough to make Lilith very effective. Next, let's talk about glyphs. The ideal approach is to bring all glyphs to level 40, especially if you save your runic stones and spend them during the monthly runic milestone event. This event gives you extra rewards and allows you to maximize your progress efficiently. However, if your resources are limited, focus on 3 glyphs first. Magic attack should always be the top priority, since it scales directly with 3 of Lilith's abilities. Health comes next, because the larger her health pool becomes, the more she can sacrifice and convert into additional magic attack during battle. The third priority is magic penetration, which ensures that her damage continues to scale effectively against enemies with high magic defense. Together, these 3 glyphs create the core of Lilith's offensive and defensive power. Next comes Sparks of Power. This upgrade should always be maximized without hesitation. Sparks increase all 3 primary attributes simultaneously, and for a scaling hero like Lilith, that kind of stat growth is extremely valuable. Now let's discuss skill levels. All of Lilith's skills should be upgraded to the maximum level. Every part of her kit contributes to her growth during battle, and leaving any skill underdeveloped will limit her potential. For hero evolution, reaching 5 stars is already enough for strong performance. While absolute star is always ideal, Lilith's soulstones can be obtained through the Highwayman shop and the heroic chest, meaning progress will naturally happen over time. Now let's look at skins. Lilith's first and most important skin priority is magic attack. If you only upgrade 1 skin for Lilith, make it the magic attack skin without hesitation, without doubt, and without question. This stat directly increases the damage output of her abilities and strengthens the core of her kit. Once that skin is fully developed, the next priority becomes health. A larger health pool allows Lilith to sacrifice more life through her passive ability, converting that health into even more magic attack during battle. All other skins, such as strength or armor, can wait until later. Finally, we reach hero level. Lilith must be brought to the maximum level of 120, not only for stat scaling but also to unlock the powerful talisman system. Lilith currently has 2 talismans. The first one, providing strength and armor, is available through the Eternal Frontier shop. This talisman significantly improves her survivability and helps her remain on the battlefield longer. The second talisman exists but is currently harder to obtain, so many players will focus on the first one as their primary upgrade. Talismans are extremely valuable because a fully upgraded and well-rolled talisman can provide stat bonuses equivalent to multiple fully upgraded skins. By following these priorities, artifact focus, efficient glyph investment, maximum sparks, proper skins, and full skill levels, you can turn Lilith into a powerful scaling mage without draining all of your resources. And when built correctly, Lilith becomes exactly what her design promises, a mage who refuses to fall. The longer the battle lasts, the stronger she becomes. The more chaos surrounds her, the more dangerous she grows. So Guardians, if you enjoy heroes who scale, who thrive in long fights, and who turn endurance into power, Lilith is absolutely worth your attention. Let me know in the comments how your Lilith is performing on the battlefield. Are you already using her in chaos teams? Or are you planning to build her soon? Stay tuned, stay sharp. And as always, salute and friendship.